The night was colder than usual, with an unsettling stillness in the air. The streets, wet from the rain, reflected the dim glow of the streetlights, stretching shadows into eerie shapes. Somewhere in the distance, a dog howled, a long, mournful sound that sent a shiver down the spine of anyone who heard it. Inside a small cafe, the warmth was a stark contrast to the world outside. The smell of coffee and freshly baked pastries filled the air, masking the unease that lurked just beyond the glass windows. 6 friends sat together, unaware that tonight's conversation would change their lives forever. Friendship, introductions, and the beginning of an adventure. Ethan was the thinker of the group, logical, analytical, always searching for the truth behind things. His sharp eyes carried a mysterious intensity, like he was always a step ahead of everyone else. Liam was the thrill seeker, the one who lived for adventure. Risks excited him, and routine bored him. He was always chasing something new, something dangerous. Sophia was quiet but perceptive. She was emotional yet grounded, someone who could sense danger before anyone else. She always tried to keep the group safe, even when they didn't realize it. Emma was fearless. She lived by her own rules and embraced challenges head-on. Nothing scared her, or at least that's what she made everyone believe. Daniel was the joker, the one who could lighten any moment with his humor. But was he always as carefree as he seemed? Or was there a hidden fear buried beneath his laughter? Olivia was the responsible one, the protector. She cared for everyone like an older sister, always looking out for them. She was strong, or was she just pretending to be? Liam took a sip of his coffee, looking at everyone with a mischievous grin. You know, our routine is getting boring. Same university, same people, same conversations. We need to do something different. Sophia gave him a curious look. Different? Like what? Emma leaned forward, her eyes shining with excitement. An adventure. Something unforgettable. Daniel smirked. But not just any adventure. Something really terrifying. Ethan took a slow sip of his coffee, lost in thought. Then he spoke softly. What if we go somewhere people are afraid to go? Olivia's expression shifted. You mean a haunted place? Some old urban legend? Liam's eyes sparkled. Legends? Or the truth? Silence fell over the group for a moment. Then Emma leaned in closer, a mischievous smile forming on her lips. So it's decided? This time, we won't go to just any place. We'll find a location filled with mystery and fear. Daniel nodded dramatically, playing along, while Olivia hesitated. She wanted to say something, but didn't. A strange unease settled in her chest. Outside, the rain continued to fall, tapping against the window like a warning, whispering of something ominous that lay ahead. The decision for adventure and the journey begins. The rain had stopped, but there was still an eerie tension inside the cafe. Outside, the darkness had deepened, as if signaling an unknown danger. Ethan pulled out his phone and started searching for something. After a few moments, he spoke. Look at this. A village that was once thriving, but one night all of its people disappeared. To this day, no one lives there, and whoever has gone there never returned. Liam, filled with excitement, said, Really? Then why don't we go and see for ourselves whether these stories are true or just myths? Olivia immediately tensed up. This isn't a joke. People visit such places, but they don't come back. Daniel chuckled. Oh, come on, these are just stories. If anything real had happened, it would have been all over the news. It's just exaggerated drama. Ethan, more serious now, replied, Not all stories make it to the news, Daniel. Some things always remain a secret. For a moment, silence filled the air. The only sound was the ticking of the clock. Liam looked at everyone. So, challenge accepted? Emma was the first to speak. I'm in. Ethan nodded, and soon Sophia and Daniel agreed as well. Finally, Olivia took a deep breath. All right, but if we feel anything strange, we turn back immediately. Liam grinned. Deal. Then, next weekend, we set out for the cursed village. Outside, thick clouds gathered. The wind carried an eerie whisper, as if someone had been listening, as if someone was waiting for them. The journey begins in the mysterious village. The sun hadn't fully risen yet. A light mist covered the road ahead as the six friends drove down the deserted highway. Music, laughter, and cheerful conversations filled the car. To them, this was just another road trip, an adventure. But none of them knew that this journey was about to change their lives forever. Liam in the driver's seat was grinning like a kid, as if he were living a dream. "This feels like we're explorers discovering new lands," he said excitedly. Emma gazed out of the window, her eyes scanning the eerie yet beautiful landscape. "This place is really stunning, but isn't it strange that we haven't seen any other cars or people?" Ethan, checking the map on his phone, replied, "This route isn't for regular travelers. Only those seeking adventure take this path." Daniel chuckled. "Or those who never come back." Olivia shot him a sharp look. "Don't start with that nonsense." Sophia remained silent, staring outside. The dense trees, the rocky roads, the unsettling quiet. It was peaceful, yet there was something off about it. Hours passed, and the road became even more isolated. The sun had disappeared behind the thick mist. Suddenly, a rusted sign appeared ahead. Its faded letters read, "Danger! Do not enter!" Liam slowed the car and smirked at the others. "So, what now?" Emma, excited, said, "Obviously, we go in." Olivia immediately protested, "This is a bad idea. Maybe we should turn back." Daniel scoffed, "Oh, come on. If there was any real danger, the warning would be more serious." Ethan, his voice quieter than before, said, "And what if it's real?" For a moment, silence fell over them. But then, Liam shrugged and restarted the car, driving past the sign. Minutes later, they entered a small, abandoned village. The houses were old and wooden, their roofs barely holding together. The streets were empty, dust swirling in the air. The entire place looked like something straight out of a nightmare. Sophia whispered, "This place, it feels lifeless." Emma stepped out of the car, looking around. "Does anyone even live here?" At that moment, an old man emerged from behind a hut. His clothes were filthy, his face covered in deep wrinkles, and his eyes filled with fear. "You shouldn't have come here." His voice trembled. Liam smiled casually. "Relax, old man. We're just here to explore. There's no real danger, right?" The old man stepped closer, his breathing heavy. "You need to leave before night falls." Olivia frowned. "Why? What's here?" Fear settled into the man's eyes. They come at night. No one who stays ever returns." Sophia felt her heart tighten. "Who comes?" The old man glanced around nervously, as if sensing an unseen presence. Then in a whisper he said, The ones you cannot see, but who are watching you." A gust of wind blew through the village, rustling the trees. The sound was almost like whispers. Emma shook her head. "This is just some silly village folklore. I'm exhausted. We should stay the night." Liam nodded. "Yeah, we'll camp here and leave at dawn." The old man stepped back, trembling. "If you stay, don't expect to leave." Ethan considered his words, but the others laughed it off. As night fell, dark clouds covered the sky, and the air grew heavier with an eerie stillness. Somewhere in the distance, a door creaked open. And just like that, this night would be nothing like any they had ever known, leaving the village and the first fear in the forest. The night grew darker with each passing moment. A strange silence had taken over the village, as if even the wind had stopped moving. Ethan sat on the rooftop, quietly staring at the stars. Olivia approached him and whispered, "I don't think staying here was a good idea. That old man was hiding something." Ethan exhaled slowly. "I feel the same, but I don't want to scare everyone just yet. We'll leave first thing in the morning." Meanwhile, Liam and Emma sat by the campfire, laughing and joking, while Daniel had wandered off to explore an abandoned building. Sophia, however, stood alone in a deserted alleyway of the village. A strange feeling crept up her spine, like someone was watching her. A whisper echoed in the air. "Leave. Go back." Sophia's breath hitched. She turned around sharply, but no one was there. "It's just my imagination," she told herself, trying to stay calm. But as she took a step forward, a nearby window creaked open on its own. For a split second, she saw a dark shadow move inside. Sophia was about to scream when Olivia grabbed her arm. "Are you okay? You look really shaken." Sophia hesitated before shaking her head. "It's nothing. Maybe I'm just overthinking." Morning. Time to leave the village. Even in daylight, the village looked eerie. It felt lifeless, as if time had stopped moving here. Liam started the car and everyone got in. As they drove toward the exit, the old man stood by the doorway, watching them. His gaze met Ethan's, and he spoke one last time. "There's still time. Don't go." But the car had already moved forward. The journey through the forest and the first incident. After a few hours on the road, the surroundings became even more desolate. On both sides, a dense forest loomed, its canopy blocking out most of the sunlight. Daniel stretched in his seat and muttered, "Guys, this road feels off. Are we sure we're going the right way?" Ethan checked the map. "Yeah, we're on track. Just a little further, and we'll hit the main highway." But suddenly, thud. A violent jolt shook the car. Liam slammed the brakes. "What the hell was that?" Ethan got out, opened the hood, and frowned. "I have no idea. It's like the engine just died." Emma groaned. "Seriously? In the middle of a deserted forest?" Olivia glanced around. Even the air felt different. Heavy, unsettling. Liam pulled out his phone. "Wait, no signal? Are you kidding me?" Daniel rolled his eyes. "Well, this is just perfect. No phone, no help, and now we're stuck." Sophia whispered, "Maybe we shouldn't stay here." Ethan thought for a moment. "Maybe there's some help nearby. Liam and I will go ahead and look around. The rest of you stay in the car." Olivia immediately protested. "You two shouldn't go alone." Liam chuckled. "Relax. We'll just check a little ahead and be right back." But none of them knew. This was a mistake. Ethan and Liam walked into the forest, their figures disappearing among the trees. The others sat in silence, waiting for their return. A few minutes later, a scream rang out from the woods. Liam's voice, then silence. Liam's scream shattered the silence. For a moment, everything went still, like the forest had absorbed the sound into its depths. Emma's voice trembled. "That was Liam, wasn't it?" Olivia's breathing grew erratic. "We have to do something." A sudden, sharp scream echoed from the woods. It was Ethan. Daniel grabbed the door handle. "I'm going out there to see what's happening." Sophia yanked his arm back. "Are you crazy? We need to stick together." Ethan and Liam had gone into the forest, but now only silence remained. The first to disappear. Ignoring everyone, Daniel grabbed a flashlight and stepped into the trees. "Liam! Ethan! Where are you?" A whisper floated through the air. "Turn back. There's still time." Daniel swept the flashlight ahead, but nothing was there. Just the towering trees and scattered dead leaves. Then suddenly the light flickered and went out. "What the hell?" He smacked the flashlight, but it wouldn't turn back on. Then, a hand tapped his shoulder. Daniel spun around. No one was there. His breath quickened. "It's just my imagination. It's just my..." And then, two glowing red eyes appeared from the darkness. "What? Who's there?" A blood-curdling scream tore through the night, and Daniel was gone. The second to disappear. Back at the car, the others jumped at the sound of the scream. "That was Daniel," Emma shrieked. Tears streamed down Olivia's face. "This is all wrong. We need to get out of here." Sophia rushed to the driver's seat. "Everyone in the car. We're leaving now." She turned the key. The engine wouldn't start. Olivia's voice cracked. "No, that's not possible. The car was fine before." Emma clenched her fists. "I don't care. I'm going to find Daniel. We can't just leave him." Olivia grabbed her arm. "Don't go." But Emma didn't listen. She stepped into the darkness. "Daniel, if this is some kind of joke, stop it." Emma moved cautiously between the trees. Every step felt like eyes were watching her. Then, she saw something on the ground. A shoe. Daniel's shoe. Emma hesitated before picking it up. How is this here?" And then, a shadow loomed behind her. In the car, Olivia and Sophia suddenly heard a horrifying scream. Emma had vanished. Now only 3 remained. The third and fourth to disappear. Sophia grabbed Olivia's arm. We need to leave on foot. Whatever's doing this is picking us off one by one. Olivia's voice shook. And what if it follows us? Sophia's eyes were cold. Sitting here won't save us. They bolted into the woods, but whispers slithered through the air. I warned you. Don't come here. Olivia spun around. Where is that coming from? Sophia grabbed her hand. Run! But Olivia suddenly gasped. Her feet left the ground. An unseen force was pulling her into the air. Sophia tried to grab her, but Olivia's body was swallowed by the darkness. Sophia stumbled backward, trembling. A shadow rose behind her. A final, piercing scream rang out, and Sophia was gone. The last one left. Ethan crouched behind a tree, watching everything unfold. His heartbeat pounded in his ears. This can't be happening. Where is everyone? A shadow moved closer. Ethan squeezed his eyes shut. I told you not to come. His breath hitched. He didn't move. And then, silence. Ethan slowly opened his eyes. Everything was still. The forest looked the same, untouched, as if nothing had ever happened. But his friends were gone. The last survivor in the terrifying revelation. Ethan's entire body was drenched in sweat. His friends had disappeared one by one, and despite witnessing it all, he had been powerless to stop it. The forest was now deathly silent. The shadows of the trees had grown longer, and the air carried the scent of an unknown danger. Ethan looked at his trembling hands. This can't be real. It's just a bad dream. Just a nightmare. But as he took a step forward, he heard a faint rustling behind him. Footsteps. Ethan slowly turned around, and his heart nearly stopped. The same figure stood before him, tall, dark, and faceless. Its glowing red eyes pierced through the darkness. I didn't do anything to you. Please, let me go. Ethan stammered, but the figure remained silent. Suddenly, whispers filled the air. You must go too. You must go too. Ethan screamed, No! I won't listen to you, and took off running like a madman. The dark path. Ethan was completely lost, but he refused to stop. I have to get out of here. Somehow. But as he ran, he stumbled upon a clearing and froze. On the ground, a large circle was drawn, as if someone had performed a ritual with blood, and in the middle of it lay Olivia's lifeless body. Ethan's eyes widened in horror. No, this can't be. He frantically looked around and saw scattered clothing and shoes, the remains of his friends. This was the place where it all ended. Ethan shouted, Who are you? Why are you doing this? The horrifying truth. A chilling laughter echoed through the air. Because you entered my domain. Ethan turned around frantically. The figure was now more defined, its presence more terrifying. This forest belongs to me, and no one who enters ever leaves. Ethan tried to step back, but the ground beneath him felt like it was pulling him down. You should have let us go, Ethan cried out. The figure whispered, I gave you a warning, but you didn't listen. And then, the final scream. Ethan let out one last, blood-curdling scream, and once again, silence engulfed the horrifying truth. A few days later, the police found an abandoned car near the forest. There was no trace of Ethan or his friends. Some say they got lost in the woods. Others believe something took them. But the truth remains. Whoever enters this forest never returns.